After 4 frustrating rounds of the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy, Jacob Toss was finally able to return to his top step of the podium last week out at Suzuka. Tonight we head to Sebring for round 8 of the championship and our second 2-race format of the season. That means a reverse grid in race 2. Bringing you the action here on Apex Racing TV is myself, Sam Fitzpatrick. Alongside me is David Sampson. And David, the last time we had the 2-race format was Watkins Glen. I think it was the best event of the season, and so I'm very much hoping that we're going to see similar to what we saw on that day.
Correct. Also, so Watkins Glen and Sebring, 2 of the 5 best tracks I think on the surface, especially for sprint racing, if we're focusing on sprint racing format. And I like the reverse grid format. Well, not just that, the shorter sprint format, it's, you know, for us as broadcasters, there's more happening, right? There's more need for things to happen. So yeah, really excited to see how the races pan out.
More requirement for us.
Correct.
Basically, I think, to tell people what is going on, because we've got a stacked field. There are 40 drivers once again, and of course we've got a 25-minute race 1, a 30-minute race 2, a 10-car reverse grid for that race 2. It's going to be really fun. Do recommend keeping in tune. As a reminder of the calendar, we're now well into the second half of the season. And we've got some fantastic circuits still coming up. Sort of getting tighter and tighter, the circuits, as the season goes on. Daytona, and then you go sort of a big circuit at Suzuka, sort of big circuit again, Sebring. Then, of course, Bathurst with the 75-minute race next time out. That's going to be pretty epic. And then Aragon, Montreal, and Okayama to round out the season. Which one are you looking forward to most out of those?
What, excluding Sebring?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen racing at Okayama, especially a large grid, in a long time. But I'm going to say Bathurst. It's 2 race tracks. You know, you've got the tight, twisty street element where walls kill you. The big, sweeping, long corners where carrying speed and confidence pays off. It's a mega track.
Yeah, it's the closest thing we have to Macau, really. Yeah, it is a pretty great circuit. Will be very fun for that, and of course will be soon before the 12 hours of Bathurst, the day before, in fact. When it comes to last time out at Suzuka, like I said right at the top, Jacob Toff's managing to win out. It's a wonder why Jacob hasn't been winning more races. He won his first race of the season at ARL. He was leading his second race of the season at Spa. And then he just went nowhere for the last few rounds. This is a little bit of a reminder. We had him pitting early. He actually lost the lead because he took all 4 tyres to Howdus Utortus, but when Toffs needed to perform, he absolutely did. He was able to get past Utortus, and he was able to get past Piwotzi as well.
Yeah, he's been a very strong driver, and it was a good choice of car, I think, for the season. If I had to pick one car for all season long, it would also be the Porsche. I just think he's also been given the opportunity. We've seen the stronger drivers stall out a little bit as the season's progressed, because we thought a lot of the Italians were absolutely slapping at the beginning, and this has given Jacob a tight Toffs to really fight back. And yeah, he's delivering for sure, especially when he qualies well.
And you can see all these like little snippets that we got from the previous race. They all happened very quick. Toffs was in the lead by 2.5 seconds, then he lost the lead, went down to 3rd basically, then was able to get back into the first within about 3 or 4 laps. It was a very quick recovery, and maybe demonstrated they had more pace available should he have needed to use it last time out at Suzuka. So we'll see if he can keep up this good form and maybe mount a challenge for the championship. He is a while back, and we can look at the championship standings at the moment, and not much change really with the results last time out. Porter, who dominated early on, he has been sort of in the mix, just trying to get podiums recently, but he's still beating his teammate Delaval most of the time. White will come back into it when we take into consideration the extra drop score, because he's had a couple of poor rounds as Zach, but the drop scores will help him. And Toffs there in a distant 5th. Again, the drop scores will help Toffs, but he really needs to win probably 3 of the last 5 races to.
Because he missed a race or 2?
He missed 1 race and then just did badly for 4 of them in a row.
Right. I mean, actually, I was surprised when you said round 8. Shocked. If you'd have asked me to guess what round, I'd have said maximum 5. So, very surprised.
In the Pro-Ams, it's on the story every week. We praise Michael Hooper. He's gradually dragging himself away. It's turning into a bit of a 2-horse battle as well. Del Piccolo, I think, did out-qualify Hooper last time out, but I think he finished behind him once again. So Hooper still very strong in the Pro-Ams. In the amateur category, Adam Hedgecock has sort of fallen a little bit away. He's down in 5th position now. Atanasov has led in parts, but he's had a poor couple of rounds. He missed Daytona, and I don't think he had a good time of it last time. And it's now Agard and Cook quite clear of the rest of the drivers in 1st and 2nd. And in the team championship, really nothing has changed because Absolute Motorsport are still miles ahead. But it was a fantastic couple of results for Racing Lab Esports. They've been in good form and may well be up into 2nd place in the championship by the time we finish round 12 of the season.
Yeah, they're absolutely smashing. They scored so many points in the early rounds. I remember them qualifying at VIR in a flying formation until, Toffs did deliver. But yeah, they've worked well together. Very dominant drivers. Obviously, you've got Porter, who looked like always the race winner. Delaval, unable to finish outside the podium, apart from now he's actually done it. So yeah, really strong team. I think that championship's locked in.
Yeah, I think that is a very good shout. Let's have a look at the track then that we have tonight. Sebring, another familiar one we've got. I think, for me, this is the most tricky circuit I've driven on the sim. I don't really believe in good and bad circuits, honestly. I think if you're good, you're good. And I think, if you're 8K, you're 8K on pretty much every track, and you're 8K in pretty much every car. But this track is my one bad track. I'm sure if I did enough laps on there, I'd get the hang of it eventually. But it is really tricky. Just the curbs, the bumps, just the narrowness of the circuit as well. Really demanding.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. When we talk about technical tracks, we never really bring up Sebring, but it is technical, just in a different way, and it does require seat time. You're right, the bumps, the curbs, everything. To me, it's natural. Like, I don't even think of it as technical because I know where to hit the bumps and what bumps to use.
And watching a lot of sports cars, you've watched a lot more sports cars than me, I don't have that reference.
Yeah, I've been to the track.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this track, yes, you're correct. If you haven't got much seat time, it's very daunting because, some of the curbs will throw you in the wrong direction. Some put you on the racing line. Some are slippy, some are bumpy, some will bring the rear round, some will help you rotate.
Yep.
I get it, I understand. But yeah, fantastic track. The reason I love this track the most, it works brilliantly for long endurances multi-class, one of the best multi-class tracks. And for sprint racing, it's rare for me to say I like it for endurance and sprint. Le Mans, if there's a sprint race at Le Mans, I'm always like, I can't be bothered.
Daytona, sort of.
Daytona's similar, yeah, same story. There's not a lot to do.
This, Watkins, Road America, Road Atlanta, quality circuits in, obviously Suzuka as well, who are we kidding, but that goes without saying. But those 4 US circuits as well, brilliant in every single category of car and every single format of racing as well. We'll transfer over into qualifying then, because the drivers are going out on circuit at the moment. The amateurs putting in their lap times as we speak. So we'll go to a quick advert and then we'll be back trackside to watch the remaining minutes of qualifying.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Sebring trackside. Unfortunately, this is still quite an old version of Sebring. We did have an artwork update of it, but still that silly pit wall still has the kink on it for some sort of reason.
You can't take it away. Where will we turn? That's my turning marker.
But you got the cone in the fence. That's the apex. I
Apex,
guess.
correct.
That's not quite the turning, but
I had someone ask me the other day, what's the cone up high for? I went, oh, someone threw it up there so we know when to apex. And he laughed. I was like, no, seriously, that is... I showed him a replay of where every driver apex at the cone. That's when we throttle.
yeah.
Hello to Robert, Thomas, Leonardo, and Steak in chat. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah, Stayguard giving us an update. Rosseth is back. He was ill.
Oh,
last
of
time.
course, yeah.
Agard is fast.
He
So
is.
first time for everything. Albeit he is in the lead of the championship in the AMS, so he's already been fast.
Tight championship, though.
Very tight. Cook in second place in that one. And apparently Anders Meyer is ready as well. So Racing Lab, who of course managed to get that 1-2 back at Daytona. Been very strong since their return in the new year. Didn't do the first few rounds of the championship, but have done all the rounds in 2024. They'll be dangerous. Nick Jerkovic, new driver to the series, new driver to ARL as well. He is very welcome and doing a pretty good job in qualifying up there in 4th place out of the amateurs.
Yeah, indeed. I'm looking forward to this race. So what is it, 30 and... No,
25 and 30.
25 and 30, reverse top 10.
Yeah.
Crucial to get inside that top 10. Rennsport-esque to get to that last position.
Yeah.
Everything's worth it.
Who cares about first?
Correct.
It's all about
we will be watching that P10 battle.
It was really good last time. It was it Puozzi? No, it wasn't Puozzi. It was one of the other, Torquio.
Oh,
so Torquio
yeah.
went from 13th to 10th, I believe, at Watkins Glen in the race 1, and he led for like 2/3 of race 2 and nearly won the race and just missed out. But he wouldn't have even had a chance had he been outside the top 10, so it is absolutely important.
Yeah, for sure. And the points are just divided in half for each round?
Pretty much. You get the same amount of points
If you win
for
both.
each races. Yeah.
Okay.
You actually get more points for winning 2 races in this than you do 1 race in the A format.
Wow.
Because in my mind, it's more tricky to win 2 races with a reverse grid than it is to win 1 race without a reverse grid.
Max Verstappen's never struggled. Oh, no, that's not reverse grid in F1. It's... Oh, what am I thinking?
Engine penalties.
Yeah, engine penalties. He never struggles.
That's what he usually gets.
Yeah,
Start
yeah.
14th, he's up into the lead by lap 20.
2.
We will be chatting about F1 news, by the way. We've tried to, we've got to talk about F1 news in the late Apex later on.
Correct.
And, yeah, we saw.
We found a way to wound it in.
Yeah, but it's a tricky thread. It's a very thin thread. By the way, I've just realised that Jerkovic, he shouldn't be on track right now. He's doing the wrong qualifying. He's a pro am, and he's in am qualifying at the moment, so he will be getting a penalty for that. But it can be forgiven because it's his first race. But yeah, there you go. He is up in 2nd place.
Oh, bless him. Is it for real? He's definitely a pro am.
Yeah.
I see his colour there, but oh, poor guy.
You should read the rules. No, I'm sure
did.
when you well, I was going to give you a chance.
No, I didn't.
When you joined, I'm sure you were scanning over the rules.
Yeah, of course.
But
it was someone who told me that there was. So I was coming around on the pace lap, and someone started talking about in my chat the starting zone, and I was like, "What was a starting zone?"
Did we have a starting zone in that?
Yeah, I think so. Well, someone was telling me what to do and when to go, and I was like, "Well, I wasn't first, but that I wasn't to go on green." And I was like, "Oh, thanks for mentioning." No, I'm useless though, so. Oh, that's definitely an off track.
Yeah, Kazuroskis. Good number of abs. We've got 14 even. Kazuroskis yet to set a lap time. It's not been good for him so far. Here is Simonov on his first or his last lap of the session. 1 point. Oh, has he run out of fuel? I think he has.
Yeah. Oh, we've got camera on, Mo.
Oh, that was a good camera.
He's missing a screen.
He is missing a screen.
It always looks strange. Oh, I'm hearing it was the same joke I used last week. Oh dear.
It's all scripted. This sometimes we do just press
Correct.
Control B.
No, I always just think it looks weird, but it looks so clean because
Yeah.
the screens are pretty much the ugliest part of the rig, right?
I mean, he's barely using any part of his room, right? Like, it looks like he's got acres of space. You know, there's probably a trampoline in one corner, bouncy castle in another corner.
Oh, no doubt.
And he's just there minding his own business, so it does work well. Merle with a pretty nice lap through Tower Bend, make sure not to dip a wheel onto the dirt. And then approach these nothing corners, the double left, but then it's into the Le Mans and a really tricky section where you can afford to use the curbs just to hook the car around a little bit, but you got to be cautious and you got to know what you're doing.
I was actually thinking his rig's got a lot of flex, but I've just noticed Thomas in chat mentioned he's got motion, and I imagine that would be cool in VR, but it's sweaty enough in VR. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a big advocate of motion. I don't know.
No, it's immersive enough for me as is. I struggle to drive more than about an hour in the sim before just getting tired.
I move around so much that, to be honest, some new viewers, I have just lied to them and told them I'm in a motion rig.
Yeah.
My chat lights up with laughter, but I move around like I'm in a motion rig, mate. Oh, you can't park there, son.
Did Merle improve? He did not. He actually didn't improve by 0.04 of a second. So not many improvements coming in at the end of that section of qualifying. But Cook on pole position then out of the AMs. Agard a while behind. Remember, they're the top two in the AM Championship.
The Samsoid boys working together there, flashing each other, coordinating a strategic... Oh, there's the third one coming. Like, these guys, these guys are cooking, mate.
Yeah.
Cooking.
I mean, this used to be an airfield, and this does look like flying formation right now.
Yeah, here comes the third. There's Greg. Yeah, they're a good bunch. They're all in different cars as well. That's another strategic plan, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely not indecisiveness.
No.
It's definitely a plan. Coordinated. Hubler, sorry, not too interested in the draft at the moment. He's going to leave a bit of a gap. Everyone just training around at the final corner. Here's Hutchinson, who has been so up and down as Hutchinson.
Was he P4 in Pro-Am? 3 or 4?
P3 maybe? But he was really good at Daytona, I think it was, 2 weeks ago, and then really struggled last time out. So I'm hoping that he's going to be back up there, Mark, tonight in the BMW.
I'm looking forward to seeing Aragon this season. It's a track I've not really been round, haven't invested much time lapping, so much like I learned Mugello being here, I can learn Aragon.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We're using a weird layout as well of Aragon. I think we're using the MotoGP circuit, which I don't think is been used on iRacing yet. We cut the final hairpin, get a nice 180-degree fast sweeper instead. Leonardo Machete saying, hashtag what about Carlos? I don't know if that's actually a legit hashtag which is trending now. But yeah, I understand it. I think he might go to Mercedes, honestly.
Bah.
I think he'll be up there. I think
no.
Mercedes. I mean, yeah.
I like Carlos. He's a great dude, but yeah, you're only as quick as your last race or last season. I don't know. He's just not delivering.
He nearly beat Leclerc last season. He won a race. Only 3 guys won a race.
Okay.
He was one of them.
I still just think overall, over the whole season, he just didn't. I don't know. Leclerc's not been on it as much as he should have been. He's brilliant, but he's not scored as many points as he should have. So, yeah, saying Carlos close to Leclerc isn't enough, I'm afraid.
Well, he beat him the season before.
I think I should do it. I'd diet for that.
Well, that is going to be our discussion later on, is which sim racer should take the Mercedes seat for next season.
It's going to be a good argument.
Anyone in chat wants to put their name forward, let us know. Ubatali moves to the top, goes past Cook. They'll pick Low in 3rd, Hutchinson in 4th. Bizzaglia moves up to 3rd. So that time for Ubatali is looking pretty good right now. No one is beating it. Luritson, who's racing in F4s tomorrow, he goes up there. Rattiani in 5th position. So the first times, no one quite cutting below the 2-minute barrier, but Ubatali with the slight advantage.
Yep, good lap. I can't remember the lap times here, but I think we're looking for low 59 with your Sven, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I think. I can't remember. I was doing GTP all week. It's definitely 59s. I think, yeah, 59.3 from Sven, 6 from the... So, yeah, if we see any 59s, they're absolutely cooking.
Hooper moved to 3rd place, but Hooper's in a position in the championship now where he can afford to just have the consistent results. Obviously, that's sort of the aim anyway in the Pro-Am categories, to bang in those top 15 places, but Hooper even more so. Albeit some of these Pro-Ams will probably be getting in the reverse grid. I mean, we could well be looking at one of the race 2 winners in this
It's not the tightest of the 3, but still, he hasn't got a lead enough to warrant one bad result to then lose his top spot, I think.
Yeah, I mean, how consistent has he been? Because we do have 2 drop scores, which helps out getting bad results. But, I mean...
Well, one's been processed, right? Oh, you mean future. 2 more in the future?
Sorry, 2 more across the season.
Right.
He's had a 30-pointer, which is bad. You can go up to 130 points, normally 140 points for these evenings. He had a 30-pointer and a 58-pointer. So those were his 2 drop scores, which is pretty strong. They had 2 good drop scores. Here comes Del Piccolo, meanwhile. For his 2nd lap, a lot of drivers didn't do a 2nd lap, but Del Piccolo did, and he moves up to 2nd place as an Audi 1-2.
Yeah, I imagine double out lap will be the quickest here, but you can still do 2 laps. Big risk to do double out lap though with open quali, you know, because you're putting a lot of emphasis on a single lap. In open qualifying format, you just bet to get laps in.
Field getting tighter and tighter now. The top 12 separated by just 6/10 of a second. Ubitali still the man to be beat. Larissa, I think, is going for 3 consecutive laps here on the same tyres. We'll see if it works well for him. What I would say about Sebring, I think I noticed this yesterday as well, and I've noticed it when I won the 12 hours of Sebring as well.
Oh, here we go.
Back in 2019 after winning the Daytona 24 hours as well.
Yep.
In the same year. Very impressive.
There is a question here somewhere.
Yeah, different car categories. And, yeah, really just solid results. The scenery here at Sebring is fantastic. Like, there's something to be told about, you know, Spa, where you're plunging through the forest, but Sebring is the biggest like events, like scenery, because you've got all the trucks and you've got all the tents and you've got all the spectators on the edge of the circuit.
Yeah,
and it just feels like an event that you're driving through.
For sure. The weird thing about I've been to most of the tracks now for big events, but Sebring, whatever corner you're at, is all you can see.
Sure, yeah.
Because there's people as well, right? There's no elevation. You can't see everyone.
No, like grandstands.
Yeah, correct. If you're at corner 3, you see 3. If you're corner 5, you see 5. Whereas Daytona, you can. Yeah. It's like a track map. At Road Atlanta, the hills are insane. You can see a third of the track from any vantage point.
Even at Silverstone, I mean, if you're sat at Maggots Beckett's, you can see the Wellington Straight.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're sat at Copse, you can see, you know, Brooklands and Luffields.
But this is the party track. You talk about trucks. This is a party track. Yeah. Music, you know, like there's lots of people. People stay out all night in the tents and everything. Like it's much unlike the...
And it's actually in the circuit as well. Like, I mean, I've camped at Silverstone before, and you're in like the next door field, basically, at Silverstone. You're totally away from the circuit. You have to walk 10-15 minutes in order to get to the track. Here, you are in amongst it. You can almost watch from your van in that scenario. So it is a unique circuit in that aspect, and I think a very good one in that sense. Oh, is that a 1X?
Nope. He's fine. Let's see, get on the power, use the curb. Didn't use enough of it. Yeah,
it's not a personal best sector 1. In fact, I think he's about 2 tenths down in his sector 1.
A little bit hesitant on the throttle. Gonna stay right for the shortest line, then branch over.
Van Horn moves up to 8th.
Excellent. Yeah, they did definitely improve the sound on this car.
Thomas Hansen predicting a 59.3 for pole. I'll go 59.4.
I don't think so. I thought that's like 8-9k pace. I thought.
I mean, what are you going for?
I haven't seen the temps, I think, but I'm going to say like 59.7, okay. 6, 7. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't done any lap in here. I didn't even do the.
There are the conditions. 38 degrees track temperature. It's only going to get warmer as well. We are nearly at midday. could well be going above 40 Celsius by the end of race 2 later on. Ubertali through the Le Mans section. These are no personal best sectors. I don't think this is going to be even close to an improvement for Ubertali. I think it's the drivers behind who are more likely to improve. Hooper, I'm not seeing doing anything spectacular. I mean, their session is coming to an end. Hooper's come into the pits. Del Piccolo not really doing much. Avanzini improving in one sector, but I don't think he's doing a lot. Maybe Vitozzi might be improving. He's coming around the final few corners at the moment. Ubertali crosses the beam, and it's no improvement for the Italian driver. He was 2/10.
Shame, yeah. Yeah, I was talking before the stream. Ironically, it's the Lambo that's the strongest here this week by a country mile because of its traction that I've mentioned every round. And nobody is in the Lambo. Everyone was sleeping. Everyone loves the turny Audi. Oh my God, look how it turns. Yes, but turning's no good if you can't put that power down. And yes, the Lambo doesn't turn on its nose as the same as the Audi does. But much like last time I actually properly drove GT3 when these all got updated was Spa, and it was the Lambo I picked.
And it's getting to the point in the season now, a lot of drivers saying goodbye to their championship hopes. They're too far behind. They can take the 50-point penalty and not be at too much cost. So come on, guys. You're 10th in the championship. Take the 50 points, get in the Lambo, win a couple of races.
Toffs is running way too close here.
Who is he behind? Is that Puozzi just in front of him? Now, Puozzi was fastest in practice by about a quarter of a second.
So
Puozzi
I didn't see the
looks
practice times.
pretty dangerous. He's 4th place in the championship, hasn't won a race so far this season. Puozzi was runner-up last time
so
out.
1x.
Toff's lap is already ruined, and I mean, if you want to back up your argument, you can say there that he was running too close and he got a little bit of the turbulence.
Correct. Yeah, I was trying to think. In GTP, you can run this close and get a little bit of extra lap time, but I just didn't think GT3s were the same. I'm not sure. I'm getting a bit rusty in GTs.
Well, I always think of the GTPs having a bigger draft than the GTPs. GTP draft is
There's just nothing
tiny.
in either.
Which I sort of like. I mean, I guess it should be realistic, right? But I like the tricky to overtake.
If it was truly realistic, none of us would be allowed to drive said car. So the pursuit of it is a bit stupid.
Well,
Have you seen some of the people that drive this sim?
yeah. But there's some things we can replicate.
Yeah.
Some things.
Let's replicate the license application process then. Declined. Declined.
What a game that would be.
And replicate the insurance and all that.
I mean, some people want there's been ideas for leagues in the past where you have to pay to get your car fixed. Maybe
Oh, that
get a
would be
budget
brilliant.
at the start of the season.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Of course, there's the World Destructors Championship when it comes to F1. There's like someone on
I've seen
Reddit
it.
who puts it together, and you bin the car and you lose like
Didn't I
2.5
see-
grand.
Verstappen didn't win it, but I think he was top 4, like on the least damages.
I mean, Hamilton and Bottas for a while were absolutely sublime at it.
yeah, until Latifi and what was his face? The other rookie came in.
Sargent?
Yeah.
Pozzi goes top. 59.6. Your prediction may well be correct. Porza's second. White always close to Porza from the last few rounds. Yotortas, who's always been good in qualifying this season, in 4th. Rousset back from a break in 5th, ahead of his teammate Meyer. So maybe the Racing Lab guys, maybe not quite on par with the other top drivers. It seems like tonight. Sampaoli in 12th, Caserta in 13th. Van der Nesse not putting in a representative lap time. Watch out for Van der Nesse. He's been very good in qualifying recently. He's currently down in 26th. But Puozzi currently with the advantage that he sort of had throughout practice as well.
Yeah, for sure. I was just thinking back to this poor new guy who went out in the wrong thing. I think we should let him off. It's his first round.
You think we should let him
Yeah,
off?
we should let him off, yeah. He didn't cause any trouble. I know I have no say, but I feel bad. He's new.
Yeah, he should have read the rules.
No, he's new. He was too nervous prepping to read the rules.
defending him makes me think he should maybe get a 2-race.
Oh, God, sorry, mate.
I think
Sorry
at
to the guy.
At the moment, he'd get 3 license points, I think, which would be halfway to a qualifying ban. So it wouldn't be too bad.
Okay, I shouldn't mention it
I
then.
don't think he went out in Pro-Am, so he's technically not done any more qualifying than what he was supposed to. So it's probably not that bad a penalty, but
Excellent.
he will be getting a penalty. Rules are rules.
Yeah.
If you broke them,
Organised fun, I'm being
Yeah.
told.
stress on the organise.
Not the fun, yeah. Right, Dalval, is he looking to improve here? Sectors? Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
mega lap from Pirozzi here. This
Yeah.
is, and White as well, improving. A lot of times improving. Really, Porter's the one guy who isn't improving at the moment. Pirozzi actually came back to the pits.
Torquio looking faster as well. Quite a few sections. Maya's just posted on 59.9. So does Buckler.
Because he's been in great form recently.
These people have very special parking spots, they find.
It's good that they're all on the same quali strats, right? Otherwise, they'd
What,
be
park
getting
on racing line?
Vandenesse, they get up
Everywhere.
there. Oh, 15th. I mean, it's close, 6/10 of a second, but he is. Tofts goes up to 3rd, our winner from last time.
It's tight at the top.
I mean, this is fun. Top 10 separated by 0.3 of a second. And I mean, I think everyone this season has had a good or bad round. Like, no one's really been ultra consistent at the top of the standings, but everyone's had a good round here and a good round there. And I think generally any of the top 10 could take pole here. I mean,
Yep.
it's just I mean, I think Port's still got the advantage because he was fastest in practice, but they are lining up behind him.
Yeah, for sure. Who would have guessed a 59.6? You know, that's impressive, whoever guessed that.
We'll see if they're able to shave off. I think I said. He's gonna. I don't think he's got a pole position so far this season. Porter got the first pole, then it was Tofts, then it was Tofts again, then it was Tortus, then it was. Oh no, actually Pirozzi got the reverse grid pole back at Watkins
That's
Glen.
fine. Okay, gotcha.
But he hasn't had a proper pole position so far this season.
Nice line. Eat the curb. Can eat more than that. Well, maybe it's the camera angle. Still looking good. Gotta stay right, short on the track.
Personal best, sector 1.
Yeah, it looked good. It's a difficult corner. You really want to get to that throttle early, but
He lost quite a bit in sector 2.
he's gone deep. Oh,
He got there.
he got there. I'm used to the prototype downforce there, but yeah, he did fine.
No one. Well, they were still fairly early in their laps, but I'm not seeing any great first sectors. Maybe Rosseth with a solid first sector, but still a 10th down on Pirozzi.
That looked good. Going on the power nice and early.
I mean, Pirozzi's got a 10th on everyone in sector 1. He's got a head start pretty much. This is looking like a dangerous lap. Personal best,
Yeah.
sector 4.
Yeah, and sector 3 wasn't slow by any stretch of the imagination, and 2 was not fast enough, say 2/10 off in sector 2. That's his problem there, sector 2. On this lap, I mean. I'm not saying he's got an inherent problem in his driving.
Maybe a little lift on the exit there just as the car started to rotate, but you're still looking all right. Nothing. I'm not seeing any personal best in sector 2. Porter's gone. Porter's not improving on this lap. Porter's looking dangerous. Personal best sector 6. There are 7 sectors on this lap. This could well be pushing him away, but frankly, looking at the other times, I don't think he necessarily even needs an improvement.
Oh.
He's pushed it too hard, and he is going to have to stay with a 59.683, and now everyone else has the chance. Tofts is maybe looking like the most dangerous driver. Personal best sector 2, personal best sector 3.
Let's check the other
He is
sectors.
about even with Pirozzi halfway through the lap.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad. 40. No, wait, sector 6.
Very nice there from Tofts.
Yeah. Stay guard in chat. It's not so easy to tell the difference between Pro-Am and Am, the poor guy. See? That's 2 votes.
You're acting as though it makes a difference when people think.
I thought democracy is how it worked. Is it not?
You're just encouraging me to be harsh. Toft's personal best, sector 5. This is going to be close. I think this will at least be P2. It might be another pole position for Jacob Toss. No, it is just P2. 600ths of a second away. Great efforts from him.
And Tokyo improved on 3 sectors. I don't think he's looking for much. Maybe Maya's lap time around there. See how he gets on.
Oh, big slide. I think that's killed her. I don't think this is going to be an improvement. Man, you would have got ahead of Bokler at least. I mean, it was only 1,000ths of a second off.
Yeah.
Porter started a lap, set 2 personal best sectors, knowing that he couldn't complete the lap. I think just to demonstrate to himself that he could have gone faster. But what a great qualifying that was. Pirozzi leading the way really throughout, but Toss put up a good challenge, and the second lap times weren't that strong, but it was still good fun and probably our tightest top 10 of the season. Pirozzi, though, for the first time this season, has qualified on pole position, looking for a first race win of the season. He's alongside Jacob Toffs. Then is championship leader Porter alongside White. Maya and Boca line up in 5th and 6th. Then it's Tokyo, Rosseth, Dalaval with work to do from 9th, and Yatortus currently in reverse grid pole. Van der Nesse starts in 11th place. Top of the Pro-Ams is Ubertali. Drakea in 13th, then it's Del Piccolo, Avanzini. Cook is top of the amateur drivers. Then it's Caserta, Hooper, Randazzo, Sampaoli, and Bisaglia. Rattiani is in 22nd place ahead of Sketchley, Hutchinson, Vitozzi, Van Horn, Luritzen of the Aske variety, Hubler, Broderick, Jerkovic in his first race in 30th. Bottom of the Pro-Ams, actually. The Pro-Ams did really well because we've got pros behind them, of Panini and Chatterton.
Yeah.
Then comes a whole host of AMS. And, I mean, Cook in P1 in the AMS is 16th. P2 in AMS is 33rd with Fowler. Then it's Agard, Hedgecock. Good qualifying, actually, there for Adam. Then it's Merla, Carinante, Van Helden, Burnt, Flamal, Simonov, Dalat, Luritzen, Graman. Watch out for him. He's got a qualifying ban. And Katsaroskas, who we saw have an absolute mare in qualifying.
Who had the qualifying ban, did you say?
Graman.
Right, okay. Chris is a little down from his usual position there in 32nd, so not the qualifying session he would have been after.
Seen quite a lot of Ferraris near the back. Do you think that's linked?
I do. The Italians can't always have it their way.
It's been a great week for them.
Yes.
They'd be greedy if they were doing well in this as well. Stock prices going up. They're taking esports seriously for some reason all of a sudden. And they're paying Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, is this really short grid? Really, really short grid.
Really, really short grid. Pirozzi bringing them around.
For a standing start. If you're last, it's a standing start.
It's a chance for Pirozzi. First pole position of the season. Here we go. We pull away and we are racing at Sebring. Pirozzi up ahead of Toffs, who got a good launch.
Zach's
Stayed
too
ahead
wide.
of Porter. White under pressure from Maya. They're looking in a similar direction. There goes the move slightly there from Porter. White trying to do something on the outside. He's going to get onto the gravel. He keeps the car under control, but he's still having to look in his mirrors to try to keep the hold of that 4th place. But there goes Maya in that BMW just up the inside, and I think Maya has been able to get that move done. There was a huge field spread behind. There was single file from about 15th place down that avoided really any incidents, and it spread out the field in these early stages. Toss realises that his best chance at winning this race is to take the lead straight away. He's looking to the inside, he's trying to pull off the dummy, but he had to go back to the outside. Good resistance there from Pirozzi, who maintains the lead halfway through lap 1.
Yeah, so Zach White losing out to Andu Maya. Dalaval dropping 2 positions. Gaining 2 positions. Tokyo losing a position. But apart from that, the Shakers at the front have not, there's not been a lot. No lap 1 imminent deaths or carnage, which is great to see.
I mean, this is one of the danger points. Really narrows up around this part of the circuit. Dalaval with a good start. He's up 2 places. Now getting past Tokyo. Van der Nesse as well. He started in 11th place. He's up into 9th. Just getting clear of Eric Roseth, who's down 2 places so far.
Oh, I say we haven't lost anyone. Did you taught us grid, or have we lost him?
I don't think he gridded. I think I would have noticed if he crashed.
Yeah.
And an SA up the inside. He's been alongside Rosseth for a few corners here, and they're going to be very vulnerable from Duquet, who's getting the double slipstream and might well make it 3 wide if he is feeling confident and if he's not feeling claustrophobic as well. Because
I think he's just going to
wall
follow the
comes
Porsche
up
through.
very quick, maybe giving a slight bump draft and trying to gain 1 place out of this one. He is going to go to the inside,
my Lord.
and I think he might be able to benefit from this because Van Ness has run wide himself. Rosseth continues to drop down the order. He's now down 4 places from his race start. Van Ness is clear, and it's all about who's going to get 10th place into T1.
That was a dollar late and an hour. No, an hour late and a dollar short. That weren't 3 wide. That was 3 wide. You know, at the late into the turn-in phase. He's lucky there.
Oh no, and he's round. Awful start for the Racing Lab esports driver, and someone's lost their front bumper, and they're all on top of one another.
About 1,000 slowdowns as well, because everyone used the grass. So there's going to be a lot of shuffling around here while people try and get their slowdowns served.
Avanzini losing his front bumper. He was a couple of places, I think, behind Rosseth.
Was that Rosseth who we lost?
It was Rosseth who we lost. Hutchinson had to get on the brakes early. Oh man, they're all going in, and it's a mess at the hairpin. And I think, was it Avanzini who ended up round? Panini ended up round, certainly. And a bunch of others. Hedgecock as well, Merle.
Yeah, I think a few drivers were trying to take the hairpin with damaged cars that were just unable to get it turned in, and they ended up parking. Not deliberately, and that caused a big Constantina effect back. And yeah, unfortunately, because of the Rosseth incident, they were all stacked on top of each other, and everyone was thinking forward and not about surviving. So yeah, people were just way too close to each other. A few damaged cars, and yeah, I think that's what happens. We lost Merle, Rosseth. Pagnini got caught up in it for sure.
Avanzini.
Yeah, Avanzini. And Graman, who had the qualifying ban, is in the safest place on the track and is up 13 positions.
Yep. By far the highest gain. A Fowler up 9 places. Good work from him. Cook still leader of the AM drivers, and Ubatali still leader of the Pro-Ams.
We'll get you that replay of the Rosseth, because that's pretty much what it caused the slowdowns, which then gaggled everyone up completely. And then there were a few damaged cars that may not have known, because the run to the hairpin is pretty straight, as Greg does not. Oh. Good. Well held, Greg. Yeah, he did not want to give space there. Who's this chasing him? Lauritsen, who is quick.
No, Mads Lauritsen. So we can just say Lauritsen tonight, I think.
Excellent.
Clear on that one.
They did do a good job on the Audi sounds, I will say. Sounds good. This has got a good spot to stand IRL. The other side of that barrier on the right.
On top of the car.
Well, yeah. They don't let you do that anymore. Gremain there. Looking very close to Giacomo?
Yeah, Giacomo. Actually gone for. Yeah, Graman. I mean, he's not going to get P10 in this race, but he can get as far up as he possibly can. It's a shame they won't have a chance at the reverse, as Hubler being overtaken by Vitozzi.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Vitozzi came from, though. I thought he was battling Lauritsen. Yeah, Greg's lost out to Lauritsen and Vitozzi. Not sure what happened there.
This is our biggest pack. Vitozzi, Hubler.
There's Zach with Zach Cam. Let's go.
Of course, down 1 place from his race start, lost out to Meyer. He fought very hard to keep that 4th place, but he eventually lost it. Oh, there goes Porter, trying to get past Toffs. Piazzi's pulling away out in the lead, and it's all about this battle for 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, the Porsche can be a little slow in a straight line, depending on how you run your setup. And the Ferrari's been twice improved by iRacing outside of the Daytona bot, so their Ferrari check came in. And sorry, that's not how the bot works. The Ferrari's been getting some recent love from iRacing, that's for sure. It's fine, they're all even, because the Ford gets a lot of love all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the time. You see people always raving about how well it drives. Can Greg hold this off? He's got Mark Hutchinson now. Seems to be slipping back a little bit, but he should have good traction off the corner. If he ignores him and just stays right and breaks his point, he should be able to drive away from the corner, as he does. Oh, as we go side by side here with...
Oh, that's a pinch.
Giacomo
managed to get through. Still got Broderick.
And is that Cremain with?
Yeah, so he's been able to get past Broderick here, and I'm sure Grumman will soon be past. I feel like Broderick's leaving himself very vulnerable here. Grumman might just go for the dive from 3 car lengths back. A little bit of contact between the two of them. And Grumman is going to be able to get alongside, but he's not going to be able to get past.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you'd ever want the outside there by choice. Broderick chose the outside, leaving yourself inside vulnerable. I thought so.
Sort of covered off the inside.
Ah, okay. Because yeah, this is the problem you end up in. You're on the wrong side for the next couple of corners. You can end up losing two.
Oh no! Oh wow! How did that turn out that well? I mean, he's going to lose a bunch more places now, but I thought one car was going to spear into the wall there at least. As they continue to fight against one another, and Grumman is losing crucial time here. He wants to be getting up the road and gaining more places.
Yeah, he's watching these family vehicles battle it out while he's in a race car. Oh, Broderick's really lost the rear, and that's a slowdown, unfortunately. And this slowdown's brutal because it's the long straight, so he's going to lose 4 positions, I would say. And yeah, unfortunately, you just have to watch them drive by you.
I'm surprised he didn't lose more time with the first slowdown, but he's that's on 2 in about 5 corners for him. And on board with Anders Meyer. He's now close to the back of Porter. It will be very, very tricky to make a move. White further 6/10 back. Bokler further 5/10 back. Very little movement between these top 6 drivers. If you're going to do it anyway, I guess it's going to be the hairpin, but it's
tough.
Most likely it's going to be a mistake, right?
Because it's so easy to defend. It's not like you can just get someone at the head, but you see them come in, you move over to the right, and what are you going to do about it? Setting them up in, just disturbing their line in sunset is probably the key. Just making them defend or do something or break late or trying to, anything you can do to make them react is your best way of getting them into T1. Oh, as we see Mark Hutchinson flying back, unfortunately.
Yeah, he is falling down the order.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man. There's a fantastic clip on YouTube of a guy missing his braking zone at the hairpin. Well, I say missing his braking zone, his brakes fail. And he goes straight on at that hairpin. And he just has to keep on driving. And he leaves the track.
Leaves the track, turns left, drives down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible clip.
Yeah.
Such a good clip.
Because his throttle stuck or something. Or his brake.
I think it was a brake
failure.
Because
Sorry,
he ends up driving for like another 2 minutes and has to find like a car park
Yeah, I remember.
next to the track. It's to go up a hill and eventually stops. But yeah, he just keeps on driving.
I haven't seen that in, well, maybe 2 years, but yeah, it was brilliant. All right, some replays for you. So this is T1.
And of course you can see the battle there between Meyer and White. White tried so hard, but you can just see he's stuck that on the outside there. Has to brake early because of Porter, and he manages to get ahead as the BMW driver.
Yeah, Zach's start wasn't the greatest. He was on the wrong side, and then, yeah, this just didn't lend itself to him. He tried to get it back, but...
Oh, was that netcode?
Maybe a bit of an NDM, but to be honest, what I suspect is he's overbroke to not hit his inside. So he's slammed. Well, maybe a little bit of a contact there. But he went for a gap that was closing, unfortunately.
Oh, so I haven't seen he was super unlucky. Just
yeah.
in front of him. I think that he went into the back of Tokyo, and then he's slow at the hairpin. And then
what is he doing? I don't know.
I don't think that was damage, the reason why he spun it. Panini comes across it, and he gets into Hooper, I want to say.
Whoa, yay. Oh, whoa.
And then, I mean, that's Hedgecock into the wall in the altitude car. That comes in next.
Oh, God.
He gets hit by maybe Broderick or one of the other Samsung
hairpin. Oh, this is the P3 battle we're watching now.
Oh,
Mine's looking fast, isn't he?
Yeah, Pod's doing really well there to hold on, but he's gone wide. He's pushing it with the slowdown. He's going to be very slow going on to the
Yeah, he's going to be done now.
Oh, brilliant manoeuvre there from Mike. Did have to get out of the thoughts a little bit.
Can Zach pounce behind the BMW?
Yeah, this is White's chance. If he can make it 3 wide, he's got to go for it. Here he comes. He goes into the middle lane. Does he have enough speed to go to the inside? No, he's going to have to stay behind and just try to get past Porter.
I think
But
Zach can do
Maya
this.
is up into 3rd place. Porter now getting onto the bumps on the outside of the circuit. But he's carrying good speed there. And he keeps that 4th place and can try to attack and get back onto the rostrum.
Oh, what a line from Porter there, though. Jeez, he's in fighting range of Maya in one with the compromised line.
Oh, there goes Brokler.
Wow. Zach's like, where did you come from, son? Bokler must have changed lines late to catch Zach napping. Well, we didn't even catch him napping. Zach took the racing line and Bokler just late braked. I know Zach. He's going to have a send here.
I thought he was going to send it into T2.
Nah, here.
But let's see if he goes for this one. Ah, he's covered it.
Yeah. It's so easy to, right? That's what we say. It's not a opportunistic overtaking if you're a skilled driver because, yeah, you show him the door. But that hairpin instant was really interesting. Maybe, like I said, his car was damaged. I hope he wasn't serving a slowdown at the hairpin. It was odd. He was driving...
No, I don't think he would, because he didn't cut the grass, I think.
No, the guy on the outside, the guy that slowed down way too much and literally caused the whole thing because everyone started shuffling and braking and... I get it, slowdowns can be difficult to serve when they all cluster up. But I always say, be a man, go on the grass, you know, do your thing and come back when you're ready. You can't just brake, you know, you can't over brake in a braking zone to try and serve it.
Sure, yeah.
Go away. Go onto the grass, wait there. Don't serve it on a racing line or in a, you know, under a braking zone like that. I'm not saying he did. It was just a strange thing. I'm hoping it was just car damage and he went to get on the brakes and his car was pulling left and right and the car was just broken.
These two are now quite comfortably the top 2, Gotzi and Tox.
Yeah, indeed.
Maya should hold on to that 3rd place. He seems to have had good pace. Porter in 4th. Bokler might be a menace to Porter.
And no pit stop in either race, right?
No pit stop. Which I prefer. I don't like pit stops, genuinely, these races.
I couldn't do a season of it. Like, as a driver, like, I don't mind the odd sprint, of course, but it's every element of driving that can be added, I like. You know, like if there was weather, if there was damage, if there was tyre deg, if there's pit stop, if there's fuel. I like the more elements you add is usually something I prefer. Gives me a chance because I just need the pace. I'm good at fuel saving. So what's this? Chris Chaddington and Greg. These guys know each other.
Agard right on their tail as well. Agard currently P2 now, actually, of the drivers. He's got ahead of Russ Fowler. Still Cook leading away in the abs. I mean, going back to that point, I mean, if the strategy was more interesting, then I would be engaged. If it was tyres,
yeah,
I'd be interested. And actually, I mean, one of the most fun races I've ever done was a full-length race in the 2009 Williams at Spain at Catalonia, and back then you could do like a 3-stop strategy and go for like a low fuel strat, and you'd be mega because you had like 20 litres less. Refueling in real life, no, get rid of it. But in the sim, it is so engaging now. But unfortunately, with these cars being so heavy, it's not really an element where you can take less fuel and gain time, as gaining time there was Rosseth. He's up to 31st.
Back in the day when TK first did a community race with myself, we did a 4-hour community race at Spa. And I was running maybe P4. TK were out in the lead, flexing. But I went for no tyres, 4 hours. You know, back then you could do triple stints, but 4 was a bit much, especially Spa. But I was also super fuel saving. So I started dropping back. But then on that 3rd and final pit stop, I was in the lead, obviously by a chunk of time, but I was like 0.8 to 1.6 seconds a lap slower. And yeah, TK caught me on the before the end, but I managed to get a P2 and be remembered in history.
Sure, yeah.
as the slowest finisher at the end.
Fowler being caught by Djokovic in 26th place, 25th and 26th. Oh, here comes... This is Cook.
Yeah.
Cook's round. Cook is round our AM leader, our AM championship contender, and unfortunately he comes back on, and Bizaglia had no opportunity to miss him.
Yeah, we need to look at that again. My initial reaction, but obviously this is just reaction, not what what's fact. It looked like the BMW, yes, did get the moved on, but didn't leave space for the following corner. He just absolutely sent it and then tracked out. But as I say, watch it again. The car might be under control, and the other guy might have went for a gap that's closing. I'm not sure, because it depends on when you catch it, right?
Yeah.
Need a little bit more context. But again, these guys, isn't like, we're long into it now. The GT3 contact model was pretty tricky, and you got to drive knowing that, you know, it's just part and parcel.
Thomas Hansen saying, Zach pretty lucky to start on the grid. He went back to garage with 15 seconds left. Would have started in the pits if everyone had gridded. Personally, you know, I don't know what he's talking about, but David, I feel like maybe you've had a... You had that issue?
In an ARL race, yes.
Yeah, in the ARL GT3
I'm starting right near the front, and I have to start from pit lane.
in this format as well.
Yep, in this format.
Race format.
Yeah.
Up in P6, I think you are.
Brilliant, mate.
That's
Yeah.
Hatch, and,
Great memories, yeah.
You ruin it for yourself.
I ruin it for myself. I tell you, do you know, so many people don't know that if
Yeah.
you press grid and then get back out,
Why is
the
that a
timer won't wait for you.
Why is that a thing?
Yeah, I've
Awful
never.
function.
It is.
Because yeah, if you mess up something, what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
do you just start the race and with the wrong settings, or
risk it for a biscuit. Yeah, that's it.
What a bizarre. Why is that a thing? Especially now that you've got that button which says, "I'm going to deliberately."
Oh, of
miss
course,
the
yeah.
Grid.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to miss the grid, press that. I mean, don't assume iRacing that I don't want to take the grid if I'm exiting out the car.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It's a strange one. Or at least textual notification to tell you what's occurring.
Or maybe it's literally just how the code works. Maybe it's literally just if X car goes on the grid, then it registers it. And
Well, you say that. You know, I don't know if you know now, the iRacing crew chief's been improved. It will tell you the SOF of the race. The iRacing, not a crew chief or...
yeah, I've got that.
But the problem is, it only tells you the SOF for everyone gridded at that time.
Is that why it says the approximate?
Yeah, because it's wrong.
SOF. And I remember thinking, what are you talking about, approximate? It's like, it's an absolute thing. You just add
Yeah.
all the numbers together, divide it by the number of drivers. That's the SOF.
Yeah, no. Okay, so we've got some more replays for you. This is Broderick. Ah, that's a weird one. Okay, so this is that Cook and Retiar. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, it did look like Cook squeezed Rettiani onto the right-hand cut. Maybe they were already stuck together. Let's have a look. Yeah, no. You got to leave space.
That's one of the most common crashes at this circuit is...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, I don't mean he did it maliciously to force him off, but he wasn't completely clear and had to leave room for the right-hander. As we're watching, is that Greg Hubler with a train behind him? Looks like he's going to have to defend from Chatterton. Agard especially is probably pushing him there.
Lewitson getting past Sampaoli as well.
Jonathan Cook in chat. Well, that's the AM Championship probably gone. Yeah, sorry to see.
You got a chance. Come on, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
It was a millimetre. It was a shame. There was hardly anything in it.
Drop scores, man. What's your drop score? I was looking at the drop scores earlier on, and your drop... Well, you missed a round. Yeah, you can come back, Jonathan.
It was netcode of go space. Oh, Jonathan, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, but the problem is we have to leave space for the netcode. If you're going to... GT3s...
Slow spin.
Yeah, an Audi spin, as we call it.
Man, it's not a good day for Samsoid, eh?
But, correct. Come on, Robert.
Stegard living, Cook's incident, it makes a big impact on AM Championship. It does, but drop scores, again, it's remarkable how drop scores change stuff. It just wipes it from your score and you can almost imagine it never happened.
Correct.
So,
Only Fools Gaming in chat. I have a crush on David. Hello, John.
Don't we all?
Yeah. How you been, John? Quick's impact makes a big inch. Yeah, for sure. Like you say, drop score and still many rounds to go. It was a shame because it was a good overtake. Really was. It's just one of those corners because netcode grows when you're turning. So that's why we always talk about it's a bit of a pinch corner because it's a sweeping left and a sweeping right. There is no going straight. So
I feel like you could stitch that into a cushion there. Netcode grows whilst you're turning.
Yeah.
Zach up ahead now of Bokler. He's been able to respond, but Bokler is coming back and they're going to renew their battle at T1. However, it was the other way round before. Bokler might need to go for a centre, but actually his straight line speed is lacking. Must have been a poor exit from Sunset, and White has worked hard to get back into 5th place. It's too late for him to catch and pass Porter, but he's done a good job there gaining 1 place in this race. They've actually been caught significantly by Tokyo and Dalaval as well, who were some 3 seconds behind these guys. They're now out in tail. Yeah,
they've definitely been battling. They want this P5 position they're fighting over. I think they've all but given up on the Porter-Meyer Toffs battle. Hello, Kenny in chat. Me too, he says. Doing good. Good, John. Good hit. This is a great run from Porter.
Ooh, that's a sense. That's, I mean, what is that from Van Helden? Just forcing Canante to turn out of the corner because he was, I mean, good job there for Canante to be watching his mirrors because that came from nowhere.
Yeah, the Hamilton rule doesn't apply. If you don't turn in, then you don't have to claim no space was left because, yeah, Hamilton used to moan all the time. He wasn't going to leave space. It's like, okay, but you have to be hit first. You stay there, leave your car there, and if Verstappen does hit you, call foul. But Hamilton always back out and say he wasn't going to leave room. Okay, good to know. Thanks.
Well, and you would carry that logic into GT3s?
I didn't say that. I'm not driving. I can say what I want.
Oh, wow, that's an outside move from Jerkovic. Nice work. Sampali maybe carrying some damage.
No, what I mean is if someone goes for a big send and they see them and don't turn in, it can look dangerous, but obviously it's...
Well, then you carry that logic into sim racing. So you're saying if I'm racing someone who isn't able to, survive a race because they just turn into corners regardless of whether I'm dive bombing them or not, I'm going to get a penalty depending on how thick they are. Or how good.
I'm afraid, yes. If they turn in and you hit them, then it's your fault, yeah. If they see you and leave a giant present and the space open for you, then, yeah, GG's. We got a move going. Oof.
Canante, if he holds on to this place, it would be incredible.
Yeah, he's being hunted because you've got Rousseff and Van Helden, is that?
That is a move from Rousseff. All the way around the outside. Having to travel an extra 20 metres. He might even get 2 here. He's got way more pace than Canante on the straight.
Down the inside of a triple, though. There's not enough room.
Canante holds on. Where is Canante?
He's out.
Oh, he's there.
He must have
lost
lifted.
2 places there.
Broderick in chat, roll on better second race. Yes, of course. And Jonathan Cook, obviously got the second race. You can do last to first.
Yeah.
I believe. Oh.
I mean, these two are having an absolute classic battle.
It's brilliant, yeah.
Oh, no. And Sampaoli's gone off ahead. He's got damage. We saw him slow on the previous lap. And he's going to be right in the epicenter here. This is a menace. And they're making contact on the straight as well. Sampaoli is a moving chicane as they head into the hairpin. This is getting pretty desperate now, and well, Canante frustrated at Van Helden, who's been fairly aggressive with his moves.
Yeah, Vitozzi didn't know what line to pick there, and then he picked the outside, giving the other guy space to dive down the inside, and ended up losing the position.
Out in the lead, it's been a long time coming for Alessandro Puozzi. He's had several top 5 finishes. He was leading most of the way, actually, at race 2 at Watkins Glen. But the 4th place man in the championship is going to finally break his duck, and he's going to get a race win for the first time in Apex Racing League as he takes it at race 1 at Sebring. Puozzi on the top step of the podium ahead of Tofts. Meyer holds on against Porter. White will round out the top 5. They're battling behind.
Look at that.
This is for the Pro-Am win, and Ubertali, who was on pole in the Pro-Ams manages to hold on in class. Agard will finish top of the amateur drivers, extending his championship lead after the issues for Jonathan Cook midway through the race.
Yeah, great race up and down. Only a couple of incidents. And a BMW, Maya and a few of these BMWs really prove me wrong every time. They're very strong. Impressive drives from them. If they were in a real race car, they would do even better.
You don't like... But isn't that the point of GT3? That you have cars that you can see on the road, but they're in a racing capacity. It's like the point of GT3s, right?
Yeah, but wouldn't you want that is a race car that you can drive on a road, not a road car you can drive in a race?
Well, yeah, I guess that's one way of thinking. I mean, yeah.
Thank you. You're agreeing. Excellent.
But I mean, I like the idea of like the Bentley Continental GT3.
Sure.
Like that's a classic road car, which is
also a boat
manipulated. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Another front wheel drive.
Yes.
Beast.
No, I just can't. I don't know. The Merc, the BMW, they're race cars. They're great, but for me, it'll just to extract speed from them is just upside down logic for me.
Yeah. Here are the results from race 1. I won't go through all of them. Prozzi on pole, Prozzi in first, Tofts and Meyer on the podium. Van der Nesse will start in reverse grid pole. Wasn't that an interesting fight, honestly, for reverse grid pole? It was quite easy for Van der Nesse. That's his second pole of the season, I think, as well, after getting a proper pole position earlier in the season. Ubertali, Del Piccolo and Hooper top of the Pro-Ams. And it was Agard top of the amateur drivers as well. I will give a quick shout out to VRS, one of the sponsors for this video, for this broadcast, whatever we're doing.
A video, all of the
sponsoring it.
Yes.
And of course, do check out their pedals, their wheelbase, and their wheel rim as well over at apexracingsim.com. You can try all the equipment out over at the Sim Centre where we are based. Come to Corby in the UK and you can try out all the VRS equipment. And also, shouts out as well to the Apex Racing Academy Formula 4 Championship, because that is starting tomorrow.
Oh.
There is the registration link. Go to apexracingleague.com and you can get yourself signed up for that. 38 drivers, I think, have already registered. And so you can get yourself on the grid and have some fun racing in the F4s.
Yeah, it sounds good. Great car.
Great car.
Unless you're driving officials, then it's not.
Well, yeah,
it's
a great car apart from the people who drive it.
Yep. Amen.
Yeah. I had a good race actually in the F4s the other day at Jerez. And
put it on pole, I hope.
Wait, I can't actually remember what the race was. No, it was actually quite a dull race where I think I did like 5 minutes of practice as per.
Of course.
Qualified like P10 or something, and then just a bunch of drivers crashing in front of me. Finished P6, 30 iRacing, up to 3.7k. Done.
I raced Lewis this week in an official.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Imola P Cup. While I'm racing, bang, 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 one after the other. He jumps in to try and, dominate on my turf.
Sure. Yeah.
I tried to keep up with his race performance, but it was so far back, it was difficult to
I can imagine.
keep track of his position and everything.
Yeah. Lewis, our producer, of course, or one of our producers, and not a very good driver.
Oh, he is.
Whilst we're just waiting for the grid for race 2, we're going to show a quick tour of the Apex Racing Sim Centre. We'll be back in just a few moments' time.
Guys, Alex Simpson here from Apex Racing Team. We're at Corby and the Apex Racing Sim Centre, Daytona 24. This is the second year that we've been able to use the Sim Centre, and we've really got as many people here as we can this time. So just thought I'd give you a tiny little tour of kind of what's going on. So you're upstairs in mission control at the moment. So we've got a social media team that are kind of working on here, trying to get some content and some shots throughout the day. We've got our strategy team, so we've got Mark and George. We'll be a bit quiet as we enter into the TV studio. Obviously, we are live on Twitch right now. For our sins, we have let Kevin and Luke take the helm on the mics. I don't really know what we're doing with that. Lee has been kindly controlling that Twitch stream all day in our production suite. Right, I think we've only got a few people driving at the minute, maybe a few testing. So yeah, follow me and we'll take you around. But yeah, so this is our ART room, which is where the full-timers always drive from. Got Luca in the car at the moment. Currently sitting first and second in GTD. Over to the right here, we've got Peter, just getting himself ready for his first stint in the GTP category. Yeah, it's our full-time squad room, if you'd have it. Yeah, keep on following me and we'll take you through to what is normally our customer area, but all the drivers are in full use of the rigs today. We've got Gordy, say hello Gordy. Yeah, so Gordy had his first stint, Michele getting ready for his stint, Danny Civisabo. Unfortunately Danny got caught in that horrible checkup.
So we are just about to pull away then for race 2 of the evening. Vandenesse on pole. It's the top 10 inverted from race 1. Piozzi's got some work to do from 10th on the grid in order to make it a double race win this evening. It's a Porsche 1-2. It's a Porsche 1-2-4 in fact. Here comes Vandenesse then, controlling the field, about to take the green here for race 2 at Sebring, and away we launch. It's a poor start for a few drivers further down the order. There could well be some big shuffling before they even get to the start-finish line. But Vandenesse is well cleared. Great start for Dalaval. He's up into second place. There goes Bokler, almost colliding with White, who's got on the outside of Meyer. It looks like going through turn 1 for the first time. The top 3 all in the same order. But here comes Bokler, still on the inside now of Torquia, and he's been able to make that move stick. All getting a little bit slowed up in T2, but frankly, after a little bit of an uneven start down the order in the midfield, I'm surprised they all managed to get through that start-finish straight all in one piece. But a fantastic start for our pole sitter.
Correct. Dalval up 1, Bokler up 1, and Anders Meyer up 1. Zach is down 2, although he's in a battle, so I think it's going to be down 1 once he gets out of this with Toffs. It's going to be a good battle to watch as Toffs is sticking with it.
Another bad start for Robert Van Horn. He's dropped a few places down at the hairpin. Here comes Toffs.
We've lost Van Helden.
He's got the better line here, but actually he's not able to quite carry the speed through. And maybe it'll be White who comes out on top because they're heading into Tower Bend. And White has got what looks like the better line. Porter sniffing just behind as well, seeing if he can pick up anything. But Toffs with
what
the
an exit from Toffs.
And now, this
Holy
battle,
God.
which is going from one way to another, it looks like it may well be landing in the hands of Jacob Toffs, who pulls off a mega overtake there, and an important overtake if he's going to get on the podium in this race too.
Keeping him offline in Tower shows Toffs how much racecast he has. He kept Zach, like you said, Zach had the position, but he just kept him offline in Tower.
White's dropping down even further now. Has he got a slowdown?
No.
I think he may have picked up a slowdown.
Ah, what a shame.
And that's Rosseth. I mean, Rosseth's gone absolutely miles off the track.
Yeah, I didn't see where Zach got it.
No one's ever hit that wall.
But yeah, like I was saying, Toffs, excellent exit. That was well timed. The Porsche's one of its traits is traction, much like the Lambo, and he that was down to a T.
Bokler looking racy. He's up into P3. He was able to make moves in race 1, and he's making moves as well in this race 2. Did seemingly struggle a little bit for pace as the race went on, so do watch out for that. Might be in these early stages, he has to make his way up. Vandenesse did initially pull out a good lead, but he's been caught again by Dalaval, who is another driver similar to Piozzi, who hasn't won a race this season. Second place in the championship. He's been relentless in his top 5 results. Not a good race 1 tonight, but he's put him in a better position to really go for an attack in this race to stop Vandenesse safe into the hairpin.
Plus, we need to speak to one Jonathan Cook, who was down in the dumps in chat, reeling off the reasons why this is over. Up 17.
He could be 8 cars in this race.
So,
he's only 7 places behind now.
Yeah, we need to talk to him. We have lost Pignini, Simonov, Rossef, Broderick, who's out there, but yeah, Van Helden, Vertozzi. I don't know. I don't think Utortus has. I think he showed up for practice, then wasn't there for quali in the race, from what I'm seeing.
Who was that, say?
Utortus.
Yeah, he didn't take the start, did he? So
no.
Yeah, that hurts him a lot in race 1. Rettiani versus Graman. Gramani's just been gaining places all night long.
Bokler looking good.
And he is able to get past.
Oh, Graman, sorry.
20th.
Is it Bokler's teammate?
Yes.
I was going to say, I'm just sometimes going off the livery nowadays.
Yeah, very confusingly, they're driving for Delachaz, and Delachaz does drive as well. So, yes. 3 of them, almost to 1.
So Van den Esse still first. Dalaval 3/10 off him. There is quite a train down to 19th. Yeah. 19th. Top 19 in a train not separated by more than 6-7 tenths between them.
It's a cool sight. All those cars absolutely bombing it round Sunset Bend. So many of them in the same shot. We have got a spin around. That is Van Horn. Man, I'd hate to be the team boss of this or team affiliate.
Thank you.
Hedgecock's going a bit slow. I want. Oh no, maybe he's just overtaking. Maybe
Yeah, I think that was just a camera perspective. Every camera makes the BMW look like it's not moving.
New camera angle for Adam. That's a good one to show off his rig. He's got an ultra wide there.
Yeah, it's one of the old 49s by the looks of it, where it's a soft curve. Sorry, super ultra wide. But yeah, I think the one I gave for my dad's, I think it's like that. It's hardly a curve at all.
Sure.
But cheap as cheddar. Well, compared to the ones we have now.
So we've still got Van den Esse leading the pros. Ubertali's remains in 11th place overall and leader of the Pro-Ams. And we've got Agard, leader of the AMs, albeit Cook up to 25th place. 3rd place out of the AMs now. As it stands.
Yeah, like, he was completely negative in chat. He's up 17 positions on lap 3, I think it was.
Esmeralda asking, a full reverse grid would be much more fun. I mean, interesting. Go back 4 years on the channel and you can see as many full reverse grids as you like. Look at search BSRTC and you'll have absolute troves of full reverse grids. It sometimes works, most of the time doesn't.
No, I'm on the it doesn't work field there. Some of the drivers who would be... It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous. Because the people at the back are way too quick to be that far back, and the ones at the front have very little to no experience, and they're trying to be kind or get out of people's way. They're focused on the AM, they've got pros coming through. Tends to just not work.
Maya was able to get past Tokyo. He's now at 3 places, is Anders Meyer. These BMWs seem very raceable. I'm not sure if it's just the drivers who are in the cockpit for them or what, but they are the ones who are making moves.
It is indeed the drivers, yes.
Caserta, by the way, up 3 places. Shout out to him. Up into 10th place, doing well in Ferrari. He's a little bit by himself for Absolute Motorsport, but he's doing
Yeah,
a good
it's the train's broken off there to... Oh, we got 1, 2, 7 Italians in a line there. Porta, Caserta, Patali. Anyway. Enough Italian restaurant names. Oh, we've got some glue there.
That was Vettiani. And Vettiani, oh, don't drive too far backwards, mate. Otherwise you'll get disqualified. He was risking it there. Your man gets overtaken by San Paoli. He's got his damage fixed from race 1.
I saw that late, but it looked like Rattiani went deep and Gremaine tried to slow, but yeah, the two met. I didn't see enough of it to work out who did what. Yeah, that really cost Zach. Down 9 positions, and he was battling Bokla, who's 3rd. So that could have been some big points for Zach. I didn't see where he got the slowdown, but I assume...
I think it was this corner here.
Right.
I mean, well, yeah, it could have been anywhere at Le Mans. But it was one of the Le Mans.
We've got to stop calling corners Le Mans, haven't we? Daytona, Sebring. All right, set replays. This is race start, T1.
I mean, they did well. There's like 3 wides.
Yeah, Boakland nearly got caught in a 3-wide hit there.
Really good driving. Really, really good driving. White trying to do stuff. Oh, look at the dive there from Toffs. Wow, that was how he got past Porter.
Porter was napping.
I mean, you can tell that Toffs hasn't got much to lose. Absolutely sending it.
Yeah, I liked this battle with Toffs and Zach. That was really good, really fun to watch.
Yeah, this was the cutback.
Yeah. Look, gets Zach offline. He focuses on not carrying too much entry and focusing all on exit. Gets alongside, job done.
Yeah, managing to get clear there. Oh! Was that a brake failure or what? Or did he...
So you say brain failure, what did you say? Okay, so that's a race ban, okay.
Middle pedal failure.
Oh my God.
Oh, I mean, I hope that's a failure. Chatterton.
It did look like a brain failure, yes. Wait, why is everyone slowing?
Well, because there's a track blockage.
No, I meant that was what he said.
Oh, sorry. I'm pretty sure something that's Yanni as well. But no, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what happened to that guy who went into the car park in the circuit. But unfortunately, there was cars on the track this time.
Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah, it could have been anything. I'm not sure.
Oh, this is fun. Top 9, all in a queue. Top 9 separated by 3.3 seconds. Caserta might join onto the back of this. Delaval looks faster. I mean, this is a fantastic position for the race to be in, because Delaval's a bit faster than Van der Nesse. Boakler's a bit faster than Delaval. I'd say Toffs is a bit faster than all the guys ahead of him. But they're not quite fast enough over the guy ahead of them in order to make moves, and so they're all getting a bit stuck. And these are the races I like, when no one can overtake.
Yep. And poor Cook can only gain, at the moment, 19 positions. Poor guy. No, it's great. Great drive. And he's got a little bit longer this race. You know, it's a 30-minute. Yeah, everyone's back in a train. Caserta's practically in draft to Portimao as well, so we're going to start seeing them hook on.
Stegar Living speculating, did he use the brake or did he use the clutch? Whenever we go to, whenever we do rig hires at Apex Racing simulators, that's always one of the biggest things. I reckon about 1 in 8 people jump in and immediately use them. Or get annoyed how stiff the brake is and go, I'm not going to use the brake anymore, I'm going to use the clutch because it's a bit lighter. And it's like, nah, it doesn't work like that. You don't get to choose.
I'm not going to name the person, never, but someone got in my rig once and they sat down. I loaded them on the track, I loaded them in a slow car, sat them down, got them on like the track, so they had nothing to do. And I said it's set to auto gearing, so you don't have to worry about that. And they're like, what's going? What's everything do? I was like, well, the throttle pedal acts as a throttle, the brake acts as a brake. If you turn left, it'll turn left. You turn right, it'll turn right.
Yeah, it's not a boat. Is it?
There's no Xbox buttons you have to worry about.
Another shout out, by the way, to Apex Racing Academy, another one of our sponsors. Do check out apexracingac.com. You know, to get yourself a subscription to get data packs, setups, track guides. Some of the best drivers in all of iRacing. Get them for these GT3 cars, for the official series in VRS, for the official VRS series, that's the single make one, plus IMSA as well, of course. There's several of the GT3 cars, along with the single-seaters, touring cars, rallycross cars, and many others. Do check out apexracingac.com in order to get a subscription.
I used to really like the Jamie Docks till he went to Rennsport.
Oh, shame, yeah.
Yeah. Sell out.
And now he's WRC.
Yeah, exactly.
Professional streamer. Don't think he'll be streaming tomorrow, actually. Do check out the PESC stream we've got on the Apex Racing Team Twitch channel. I think it might also be broadcast on the YouTube Apex Racing Team channel as well, but head over to Twitch maybe, because the chat's going to be much more active over on that platform. Yeah, Jamie will be where we are sat and talking you through the action as the Stormforce ART and just the normal ART cars go at battle for round 1 of the championship. 7 of them trying to get a good result.
That's crazy, there's 7. Not as that easy to get into. Okay, so let's follow Van der Nesse and Delaval in second, still in draft. I mean, most of these people are in draft. Boakler, Maya, Dracula, Torquio, Toffs.
Toffs looking dangerous now.
He is, yeah.
He's 2 tenths behind. He looks so aggressive in this race.
Well, it was always an outside chance of the championship, but I think he's starting to believe that he only needs a few things to go wrong for his opponents, but he's more than able to score big points.
And he's close again. The problem is Tokyo is really close to Jukea, so Jukea is saving Tokyo right now by giving him a real nice draft. And they're all going to stay in the same order. Also Porsche versus Porsche versus Porsche. It's not going to finish in this same way, and I'd be curious if Paddy Power were covering this. And I do hope they do someday, or we set up our own bookies. I'd love to run a bookies of who would be the favourite right now, and I'm genuinely not sure. Yes, Van der Nesse is leading, but Dallavau is putting him under a lot of pressure. But he's not really showing any signs of overtaking. Maya and Toff. Oh, there goes Toffs. He's gone for it, and he's passed. He is loving the dives, and I think also Ports is going to get past as well. Tokyo is furious. He's flashing the lights. I think he maybe has a right to be furious, but
Yeah.
I think Toff's got it stopped enough.
Well, he didn't leave any room on the track out, so it's lucky the Porsche track. But I think I vetoed that idea earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Verstappen, right?
It was. He sent it with no regards to the next corner. And the Tokyo, was it Tokyo?
Yeah.
Had to. If Tokyo had driven to the space he had, he would have been hit. But yes, it was quite the send. And yeah, now he's lost 2. So Toffs will be chasing down Dandrak.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think we'll be just as... Oh, he's all right. I mean, well, no, he's not all right. He's gone wide. And Portsy may well be past here. Our race 1 winner hasn't really been able to do any progress, but it's so tricky when you start P10 because obviously you got P2 from race 1 just in front of you. That's why these top 10 inverts, when they work well, they work really well. Because everyone's only got a small margin on each other.
Yeah.
Which means that no one can overtake one another, even though 10th is way faster than first. So, and that is how this race has played out so far.
Yeah, Tokyo just needs to shake it off. Sometimes when you get frustrated like that, it costs you a lot more than the incident that you got frustrated about. I mean, it's easier for me to say that sat here. I know what it's like when you're angry with someone or something, or someone or someone.
I feel like I may have asked you this on stream before, as White is having a bit of a meh, but he's... Yeah, he's happy, is he?
He's animated.
Seen the light come on. Knows that he's on camera now. Do you get angry in the car?
Yes, but over the years I'm controlling it better and better and better and better and better. But yeah, of course, I'm super passionate about this, so it turns from passion to rage really quickly. But no, I'm nothing like I used to be. I have the mini outbursts.
Have you ever considered exaggerating your rage in order for viewers?
I have not.
Because
I would
that's
never
how
do
you
that.
get-
Yeah,
that's how you
no.
get engagement, right?
Correct. I was thinking about that and hot tubs, but I'm going to stick to just
Sure.
smooth talking and good driving, which I've also got yet not to do yet.
So yeah, when you see David getting really angry and splashing about in a hot tub, you know that
Sell out.
that iRacing's not making him enough money anymore.
Yeah, no, I always want to help people, and you know, I always want to stay focused on the things that got me into it, and I'm going to stick to that. But no, when I talk about rage and anger, I'm talking for an isolated 20-second period of time, then I'm calm. And it's usually just of the moment.
Sure.
And I think if I ever lost that completely, then it's not the same. Because if I'm ever like, oh well, on to the next, completely not nonchalant caring, then I've lost whatever. Oof.
Tokyo's gone whereabouts? He's gone over to the nearby car park, it seems.
Yeah, maybe frustration boiled over. Hopefully not.
I think he was running all right in P9 or P8, but yeah, I think he's disconnected. Oh, here comes Tofts. He's got another one. I mean, could Tofts do it? He's 2 seconds away from the lead here. The thing is, though, these drivers aren't getting any faster ahead of him as he's so close to the wall. But, like, arguably, getting past Porto earlier on, that was the toughest overtake he had to pull off. These guys, he's faster than. Maya and Bokler will be tricky, to be fair.
Bokler very tricky.
Quick.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't rule him out.
No, Bokler seems very smart. He's also an aggressive type of driver, so he's not going to be easy to pass at all. And the BMW is just so damn big. Dallavau, as we know, is a hellish... Dallavau's skill, if he's in a position, he's going to finish in that position.
Yeah.
That's been his
Oh
season
no,
on track.
Hooper, Pro-Am Championship leader. He's had a nightmare.
Oh no.
He was doing quite well, Hooper, all night long. Pope Racing. Oh, that's, yeah, he's got to hesitate there. Now he can get going.
That's a shame.
He'll stay ahead of Hutchinson.
Ignore all the chat. They're all lying.
I don't know.
No, they are. They're exaggerating lies. Thanks, Thomas, Gas and Allen. Love you guys. But no, I don't think Toffs can win the race. I think he can definitely put up a fight on Maya. I mean, I think Maya's quick, but well, because he is. But I don't think he's going to be able to pass Bokler.
I reckon Toffs is going to get Maya and Bokler. And maybe Delaval. But I don't think he'll get Van der Nesse. I think that might be a bit too much. Maybe I'm putting too much faith in the guy, but I just feel like if he's able to keep on dive bombing people from 5 car lengths back, then, you know, the world's his oyster. The top 7 now are all in a queue. Of course, we lost Torquio earlier on, so there's a bit of a chasm now between Porter and Puotti in 7th and 8th positions. Still a leader of the Pro-Ams is Upatali. He's up to 10th place now overall. What a good points haul tonight is going to be for Upatali. And Agard is holding on to the lead of the AMs. Cook is 2nd place out of the AMs, but he's not getting much closer to Agard. He's looking like he's going to get a double amateur race win and one of his highest point scoring results of the season.
Okay, some more replays coming in. Oh, okay, so he didn't act. I was saying
That was
he
a bit
didn't.
of glue.
No, that wasn't glue. That was I just drove into you. Yeah, he made it. No, he sent it and hit him. So yeah, he didn't get clear. He was sliding and tracking out.
Oh, so you would say that's a penalty?
No, it's hard racing. It's not a penalty. So yeah.
Vicious. Who was that?
Zach on
Oh.
Hooper.
Oh, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, it was. Hooper just didn't see it. I mean, that's the problem. It is really late. Again, very hard racing. Both those instances, I wouldn't penalise. It's just very hard racing. You know, Zach did send it late. He did get alongside, but Hooper just didn't see it in time. So, and the other one, yeah, I mean, he completely sent it with the idea of just tracking out on the far side corner to claim the position, but unfortunately he did not get it done and used the other guy as a break a little bit. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah, because when I say it's just hard racing, you can't just be going around doing that though. So I don't know. It's tough for me because I don't hand out penalties and stuff. I'm just a racer, so it's tough. I would be angry. I'd be flashing the guy. I would, yeah. Then I'd calm down.
Roger Christensen won his first race in, I think, 2 and a bit years. In the, was it 1 and a bit years? No, 2 and a bit years in the Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup about a month ago. I'm wondering if Van der Nesse is going to beat his record for longest time between Apex Racing League victories. I can't remember Van der Nesse. Not sure if Van der Nesse has ever won a race in Apex Racing League. Like, he used to do the GTE stuff back in like 2019, 2020. I feel like he must have won a race at some point in that time. But I mean, he was like an AM driver back then, was Van der Nesse. What I'm basically saying is that I think it might be the first time in about 4 years that Van der Nesse might win an Apex Racing League event. If he can hold on to this race win, it would be monumental. And I hope that if we have a chat with him post-race, he can recall his ARL history better than I. But he certainly hasn't won a race this season, and neither has Dalaval, neither has Bokler.
Yeah, he's looking good. I didn't just immediately think he would fall back, but I just didn't assume he would hold on with Dalaval and Bokler and those lot behind him. So he's doing great. If you can keep it all together and hit your laps, it is hard to pass it. You just gotta hit your marks corner after corner. So what, 6.5 minutes to go?
I'm not sure if this has been a good race or a bad race, honestly, because I'm enjoying this because I think it's tense. Even though something may never happen, it's tense at the moment. But I can appreciate that there's been no overtakes in the top 5 since lap 1.
Correct. Well,
Or
because
no overtakes in the top 4 at least.
yeah, I am surprised by that, to be honest. But it's not easy to pass here, as you mentioned, unless your name's Toffs.
Yes. Final shout out, by the way, to SDK Gaming, the providers of our overlay. You see up on screen, looks so nice.
It does.
This is the sort of the F1 2018 style overlay, but you can also get the WEC style overlay, the NASCAR style overlay as well, all of which look really good. It's the absolute go-to platform for broadcasting on iRacing, so do check it out at sdk-gaming.co.uk. Also, of course, providing heads-up displays for whilst you're driving, live timing as well, which, of course, us commentators are totally reliant on. This is getting closest now for 3rd place. This is as close as Maya's got, and he's managed to break the draft now for Beauclerc, so he hasn't got the draft from Dalabal to save from, but he needs to, if he's going to win this race, Maya, he's got to make this move, like, on this lap. If anything, it feels like it's already gone. It's just a battle now for P3.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually using the SDK to its fullest after like 6 hours of racing. I was done. Rather than race one more, I broadcasted top split, so I threw up all the SDK overlays, like trying to replicate all this, like make it look. I used the WEC overlays, but I did miss you. It was quiet. Like I felt like half of me was gone.
I'm glad that I'm sort of some use.
Yeah, you are. I usually just insult drivers and tell them what they did wrong, but then there was no voice of wisdom, and
Sure.
yeah, that was missing. That turned out to just be brutal.
I might have to watch this back actually, see how you got on by yourself.
I was tired. I was like 5-6 hours in.
Did you lose your mind? Because when I've done commentaries solo, I just lose my mind and I just talk more rubbish than I normally do.
Correct.
It's absolutely, it's like hypnotizing. That and like 5-hour endurance races where nothing's going on. You really learn a lot about yourself because you move into a sort of a dream state where your mind can no longer make rational thoughts.
When you get to my point where you've streamed so long on a certain day that you forget you're streaming.
Sure.
Not that I was doing anything wrong, but I actually had forgotten that I am live on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was oblivious to that fact. I was doing something on my computer.
Really going down the method area of streaming, the Daniel Day-Lewis school of streaming.
It looks like Beauclerc's got a good run here. Can he intimidate Maillard?
Oh, always looking for the cutback, the dummy. He's on the outside. They are risking contact there, but they managed to get through it. Now he's on the outside, but look at Toffs looking to perhaps gain a place here. He's going to be pushed off the circuit. He's across the grass, and that's surely going to be a slowdown, and surely
I think that's okay.
It's going to be a position gain, but he's keeping his foot down, and now they're getting
Oh,
close to
what
contact.
a move.
He's managed to keep his foot down. And Anders Meyer is going to get up into P3. Toffs is going to move into P4, depending really on where Meyer goes. Can Beauclerc break into that space before? There goes Toffs. He's going to try to make it 3 wide as they head into the hairpin. They make contact, and through all of it goes Porter, who gains a bunch of positions. And Toffs, after pulling several fantastic dive bombs already in this race, that one did not succeed.
No, because if you're going to send it with not like if you're going to go into a gap that's exactly a car wide touching the grass, you have to brake super early. You have to hold that corner gospel. Like that didn't work. From what I saw, he just ploughed into the side. Oh, I need to look at it again. I like Toffs. I think some of the moves have been a bit too bold, but they've been strong. I think that was just too optimistic.
It was a tiny tap in the end, but...
Yeah, but it's on... Yeah, that tiny tip would always result in a spin. That's the problem. I say we need to see it again.
I mean, we're seeing... You know what? I've seen a preview of it. I think he might get away with it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll be interested to see.
I'm so pleased I'm not stewarding this race. There's been some tight calls. It allowed these guys to absolutely clear away. Amazing for Ports there. He just took his normal racing line and gained 4 places, I think. It's up into the podium positions. And crucially going to take out points from Dalabal across the night. We are not going to get another lap in after this. We were only about 20 seconds away, but this will be the last tour of the track. Djokovic versus Sampaoli is still going on. Djokovic, I sort of hope he doesn't upload a livery because that's a very distinctive white livery that he's got from, so I straight away know who is driving when I see it. And he is ahead of Sampaoli. So good work there. Albeit, actually, I think it's Sampaoli who's chasing him down, but wasn't able to get the move done. At Sunset, he's gone for it now, and well, that's perfect. He's kept the apex and everything.
Yeah, that was handed on a silver platter though. But still, opportunistic move, secured. Ubatali looking strong in P9 there. Another good result from him.
Yeah, with Hooper struggling. Del Piccolo's had a decent night. He's going to be making up a lot of places, Ubatali. But Chris Van der Nesse out in the lead, man. And I feel bad that I don't know if he's won an Apex Racing League event before, but if he hasn't, then this would surely be a record for most amount of Apex Racing League events before a first race win.
Kenny's saying race ban for both. That would make your work easy. Kenny runs the Samsung League. He's been going like 4 years. He's head guy.
Yeah, some decisions to be made post-race, but this man out in the lead who's led every centimetre of this race and has defended brilliantly, not made any mistakes. He's had good pace as well. And it's going to be a spectacular race win for a man who's been very strong in qualifying so far this season. He's had some good race results, but this definitely is the best one of them. And it's Chris Van der Nesse who wins at Sebring Race 2. He beats Delaval, who gets another podium. Porter with great points for his championship in third. Ubatali finishes top of the Pro-Ams once again. And Agard will finish top of the AMs to make it a double evening victory.
Do we get post-race replays? Is that a thing?
You can ask.
Lewis? If you don't ask, you don't get, right? No, I'd just be interested to see it.
I'm going to be demanding here and say, can we have the chopper view? I think that might be the best. I don't know.
We're picking camera angles.
But whatever view
can we have
you
a
think
vignette?
Is best, Lewis.
A white vignette, not a black.
You get to see our faces though before we go through that stuff. But again, was that a good race too, or was it not a good race too? I'm not sure. In one sense, action-packed.
Correct.
There were collisions, there were crashes. It was also very tense. We had a first-time race winner. In another sense, there were no overtakes in the top 3 throughout the race, and really that crash, we shouldn't be celebrating crashes.
Yeah, for sure. Some really classy side-by-side, some really classy overtakes. Again, I find the GT3s, again, it's just you cannot get close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see this time and time again in GT3, especially this season, where you have to add a foot each. And if you turn in, 2 foot, which is a bit of a shame. But I thought we see some brilliant door-to-door battle in there. Some of the moves were a little bit opportunistic, but this is a different week to normal. It's not an hour race where you're thinking about fuel and tyres and how you strategically can pull off a move. It's about, okay, corner gap,
Yeah.
brake late. Yeah. So with the content and all.
So let's have a look at the race 2 results then. And it is Chris Van der Nesse. What a result. I really hope we get a chat with Chris because, yeah, I want to find out if it's his first race win. Delaval in second place, then it's Porter, Jukea, Bokler in 5th, Puozzi, Maya, Caserta, Ubatali, and Randazze. Ubatali top of the Pro-Ams, Agard top of the AMs, both of them getting a double class victory and a lot of points for their championship efforts. The rest of the field will cycle through for you. I think we can show you the replay of the hairpin incident. Because it was a big one, and of course it's potentially changed the complexion of the championship as well. Ports are gaining probably about 10 points in that as well.
Yeah.
And with White having a tricky round, it would have extended his championship lead significantly. Let's have a look then. We're going to have a little bit of a build-up as well beforehand. And Mai was really knocking on the door in these closing stages. And once again, Bokler struggling in the closing stages, just as we saw in race 1.
Yeah, these BMWs are in a really good battle. A lot of trust here, but I don't think there was room. Now, there was no room left on the outside, and this is what set up Jacob Toffs to have the run in the first place. Good traction with the Porsche, and these two Beamers, yeah, definitely not space left. So this is the move. Let's see. We know where it went. The BMW left a car's width, so the Porsche was like, I'll take that.
Oh, it's a late move to the inside, isn't it? Ah,
It's hard to see there if we'll go to a different angle.
Was he alongside when they got onto the break? I mean, he's a long way back here, isn't he? He's a long way back. Oh, nah, it's his fault. Yeah, penalty.
It is a penalty.
20 seconds.
It is a penalty. It was.
I thought he was more alongside than that, but he was absolutely. He's way too far back.
Yeah, he was at best on his tyre.
Jacquet couldn't quite get through it. He was stuck on the outside, and Porter just took the normal racing line and managed to get underneath 4 cars.
He was going for intimidation, of course. He wanted the BMW to, lean out and realise he's there and then go deep and around. No, I mean, he was trying to intimidate him off the line.
Okay, yeah.
And then Toff's just overreached a little.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was that intimidation, whether he was genuinely just trying to get the car on the outside and he outbroke himself, or whether he genuinely thought he could make it 3 wide and pass.
I don't think he could.
Going through his mind.
There was no way he thought he could get alongside the second BMW. No way.
No.
The BMW had already started braking.
Yeah, I mean, he was halfway around the corner, wasn't
Yeah.
he? So, yeah, not great stuff. Come on, Chris. What is going on with Chris Van Nesso? I want to have a chat with him about winning, finally. But we haven't got that chat at the moment. Well, shall we have a quick... this isn't the late Apex, but shall we have a quick chat about what's going on in late Apex, what we're discussing later on? Because we've got updates on Le Mans Ultimate.
Yeah, we've got Le Mans Ultimate. We're going to throw some Formula 1 news in there, but weed it in a way that we're talking about sim racing without anyone noticing.
No. Have we got a way of segueing to the Andretti stuff? Or have
Once
we only...
we're talking about F1, we don't have to justify why we're talking about F1. We're in.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Yeah.
We segued.
That's the bridge we've built.
Correct.
And we're now on to the F1 Islands.
Correct.
Where we
100%.
can make the 2000th podcast about Formula 1. Van der Nesse is here. Wonderful stuff. Let's drag him up. Chris Van der Nesse, Race 2 winner. Chris, congratulations. I was racking my brains as to your last race victory in ARL. Please enlighten me if you remember yourself.
I don't think I've won any race. I think I've come close to like P2, but I don't think I've ever won one.
You see, that's what I was thinking as well, because which is mad, because obviously you've been racing in these leagues for 4.5 years, and you finally got over it. I mean, congratulations. You must be delighted.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything because I didn't have any time to practice. So I was just seeing if I could get in the reverse grid, and in the middle of race 1 it seemed like that was a possibility. So then I just went for it. It was pretty hard to keep Andrea behind me at the first couple laps, but yeah, eventually it was barely enough to win the race.
Yeah, I mean, it never really looked like Andrea got within passing range of you. You just managed to hold him off. I mean, like, was there anything you were telling yourself during that race that you had to keep on doing, or was it just literally a case of let's make sure you don't make any mistakes?
I mean, he got really close a couple of times within 2/10, so I had to push a little bit. But I just tried to keep my tires a bit on the cold side because I saw the track temperature was quite high. I was just hoping that the faster people behind weren't going to catch up, and luckily they didn't. And it looked like in the end they had a little bit of a fight, so that really helped as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, looking ahead to the next round of the championship, we say goodbye to the sprint format. We're going to 75-minute races, racing at Bathurst. I mean, are you feeling confident about that one? Because obviously it's the 12 hours. So if you're doing the 12 hours, you would have already done some prep, or are you just going to be preparing for, you know, the league event and the 12 hours isn't something you're participating in?
I mean, I really love Bathurst. I've won the 12 hours once, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to practice anything for the race, so I'm just going to turn up and see what's going to happen.
We wish you the best of luck for that one, Chris. It's fantastic to have you win a race finally. It might be a record for most amount of Apex Racing League races before winning a race. I mean, I reckon it's probably up at, you know, 40, 50 events or something. So really pleased that you managed to get over the line. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I mean, my whole team, Tom, he's been putting in a lot of hard work to get the team together, so props to him.
Well, thank you for joining us, Chris, and yeah, see you back next week.
See you guys.
See ya.
Chris Van der Nesse then.
All right, I'm going to drag up Nicola Agard. Hold on, wrong side of the mouse. There we go. Nicola, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent. Congratulations on the win in the second race, if I'm correct.
No, my third win.
No, I meant the win in the second race. Sorry, yeah, I couldn't remember what your first first round was. Yeah. How was the race? How did they both go for you?
It was okay. There was a lot of carnage before me, so I gained a lot there. And I feel what?
Yep. No, I saw the carnage. Did you pick up any damage, or you got through it all okay?
No, I slowed the pace down and got through okay, so it was okay. I just feel bad for Jonathan Cook. He had amazing pace today, so
he did. Yeah.
The win was actually his to deserve, so he deserved it.
Sure, yeah, we saw him climb quite a lot in the second race. I mean, at one point we saw him up 18 positions, so yeah, he fought like a champ in that second race. But yeah, it was
That's amazing.
a big shame. Yeah, it was a big shame what happened. How are you finding the Audi this season? You enjoying it?
Yeah, I love the Audi. It was tricky to learn the Sebring track in the Audi. I don't know if that's something others struggles to, but yeah, I haven't driven Sebring before, so new track.
How can Sebring be a new track? That's brilliant. What, you learnt it for this weekend, for this race?
Yeah, I started a few days ago.
Oh, brilliant.
So,
well, your pace is very impressive. This is a technical track with all the bumps, bounces, the curbs, how to balance the car, some of the corners where the slowdowns are. So it's very impressive. You picked it up very quickly. Pace looked very impressive.
I picked on slowdown in the first race and learned from my mistakes there. And the sector 1 and sector 2 are extremely tricky.
Yes, for sure. They punish any mistake. But no, very impressive. That is, I'm in shock actually that you've learned it that quickly. It took me a long time to learn the track. That's great. And you're very strong in the championship. I can't remember the points off the top of my head, but you must be leading, right? Top.
Yeah, I was leading the last race, so yeah.
Excellent. Brilliant. Well, Bathurst is a track of yours? Do you know Mount Panorama?
I have driven it in pickup, so I know the layout of the track, but I've never driven it in GT3s.
It's going to be easy with ABS, mate. Easy compared to pickup. That's great.
Yeah, it was lovely in the pickup. I love the track in pickup. So I think that will be really cool. And my teammates, Eric and Anders, they are insanely fast there. So I'm hoping to follow them a little bit so I can learn the track.
Excellent. Okay, well, best of luck with that, and congratulations on today's results. And yeah, is there anyone like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I would like to thank our sponsors, KTM, Winstar Motorsport Arena, CarX, Azatec, and my buddy and the teammate, Simon Livingston, for keeping me company and spotting me every race.
Legend. All right, thank you very much. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
Nikolai Agard, double race winner in the amateur category tonight. We'll have a chat with our race 1 winner now, Alessandro Puozzi, who along with Chris van der Nesse managed to get his first race win of the season tonight. Alessandro, congratulations, man. Your pace tonight was insane. I mean, in practice, you were 2/10 clear of everyone, and then you get your first pole position as well. I mean, what was it about tonight which made you have that extra edge over your competitors?
Well, honestly, it is since Suzuka that I found something in the setup and, the behavior of the car with which I was struggling so far. And then tonight, I did not expect to make the pole position, and then, that thing to make the pole position was the key part of having a good race 1. Then in race 2, it was a bit of so race for me because I was not able to make any kind of attack, so I was just waiting for something to happen.
Absolutely. I mean, you're in a tricky position in that race too, because I think you had Porto ahead of you, and I mean, obviously Alessandro's a tricky driver to beat any day of the week, let alone when he's got a draft from ahead. We were just watching a slight replay of your last lap on race 2. What was going through your mind? I mean, I imagine your eyes were lighting up, bulging out of your head when you saw the yellow flags come out and 4 cars stationary in front of you on that last lap.
I stayed really calm, honestly. Then, side by side with Buckler, I decided to lift off because I was sure that being on the outside part of that corner would have been too difficult to force the overtake. And then I was okay with the P6 at the end.
And looking ahead to the rest of the season, of course, you've now got that race win, which I imagine was maybe your main goal beforehand. You still think you've got a small chance at the title? I mean, you've had some very good results so far this season, a lot of solid results. Are you still looking ahead to the title win, or what is your aim now for the rest of the season?
Still 4 rounds to go, so I try to stay to make so much point as possible. Then let's see, with the having 2 rounds that are drop weeks, can mean everything. So next week is Bathurst then, so everything can happen. And unluckily for me, that's not the track that I like, to say the least. So it's one that I hate, honestly.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully you are able to transfer this strong pace you got in the Audi recently to that track, and we can see you back up near the front next time. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Thanks to the team and to my teammates that were able to help me to find something in the car. Thanks for the effort, which is always something that we do all together inside the team.
Well, thanks for joining us, Alessandro, and best of luck next time out.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Alessandro Puozzi, your race winner in race 1 and 6th place in race 2. Highest point scorer tonight, I believe. So yeah, congratulations to him and our other race winners. I think that's pretty much it for tonight. I mean, quick word on Bathurst. 75 minutes to survive around there is pretty tight. You're expecting a lot of incidents, or do you think the drivers know that track well enough, and the fact that they've been doing 12 hours prep, that they'll be all right?
First sector cold tyres can catch people out, because if you lose the rear, even if you don't spin and the guy behind taps you and then it chockers up, you find it's not really a problem later into the race. But lap 1 cold tyres, I know heartache from many of your teammates and friends who have come out the pits, and you're so focused on a million things that Sector 1 cold tyres are just not something you think about. It happens. But no, once the tyres up to temp, I don't expect much carnage per se. If it's going to happen, it'll happen early in the race. But yeah, it's a fantastic track. It's so technical up top. I say like two tracks, and you've got to master them both.
Yeah.
I mean, I always joke that the last corner, it's just the left-hander.
Yeah.
But you got that super high curb on the inside and nowhere to track it on the outside. It catches people out. Like, it's such an easy...
Turn 1 as well, I think.
Correct.
Really
well, very similar corners. Yeah, very similar corners.
Yeah, with the elevation change and with how vicious the curbs can be. Really demanding. Circuit drivers will need to do a lot of prep in order to be at the top of it. We'll see if, once again, Puozzi and Vanessa are able to find themselves up near the top of the field. But that's pretty much it for us. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, please do leave a like on it. Tune in, of course, for next week. So we've still got many more of these races to go for the rest of the season. And, of course, do check out everything else that is going on Apex Racing TV. We've got a lot of broadcasts coming up in the next few days. We have the first round of Apex Racing Academy Formula 4 tomorrow. We've also got Champion Motorsports on Sunday. That's an endurance event. Weekend Warriors in the Formula Fords and the Spec Racer Fords as well. We've got Rick Motec, we've got Ray Esports, we've got S1 Racing, we've got BRSCC, and we've got Prototype Championship. That's all coming up in the next 6 days on the channel, so make sure to subscribe and watch whatever races you want to see. Also check out the Apex Racing TV and Apex Racing League social media platforms as well. And of course, thanks to VRS, to Apex Racing Simulators, to Apex Racing Academy, and to SDK Gaming for sponsoring this broadcast. All their links are in the description below. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from David Sampson, we are going to say goodbye for now. We'll see you back in just a few minutes' time for the late Apex. But for now, from the Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy, we'll see you back next week at Bathurst.
Cheers.